Hi, Earth here again. I always like to start by showing you a picture of me, just to remind you how beautiful, amazing, and magnificent I am. Everything people need in order to live happy, healthy lives is available right here on Earth. What continents can you see in this picture? You can see Europe, Africa, and a little bit of Asia. You can always spot Europe because of the shape of Italy. That's the one that looks like a boot. See the big brown area at the bottom of the picture? That's North Africa. It's almost completely covered by the Sahara Desert, which is the biggest desert and one of the driest, hottest places on Earth. You won't find too many people living in the Sahara Desert, but that doesn't mean that nobody lives there. It is possible to live in the desert, but there are very few natural resources like water in the desert, which makes it very difficult for people to live there. Let's talk a bit more about natural resources for a minute. Natural resources are things you can find in nature, outside, underground, underwater, or even the sky. Natural resources are not made by people. Natural resources are part of me, good old Earth. There are two natural resources in this picture. Can you guess what they are? One is wet and the other is wood. Water and trees are two examples of natural resources that are very important and valuable to people. As I just said, one natural resource is water. Of course, one way we use water is to drink, just as it is. Other things we drink, such as juice, soda, and tea, also contain water. In what other ways is water a resource? We use water for baths, washing dishes, brushing our teeth, cooking, and watering the garden when we grow food. The list goes on and on. Trees are natural resources too. This illustration shows just a few things that come from or are made out of trees. What else is made of trees? Since trees are mostly wood, we use that resource to make all sorts of things. Wood for houses, furniture, pencils, baseball hats, and a million other uses. Paper is also made from trees. Everything made out of paper comes from trees, including your notebook, napkins, cereal boxes, and other cardboard boxes, and the posters on the walls of your classroom. This is a pretty picture of trees, but I actually wanted to point out something else, the blue sky above the trees. Trees are also important because of their connection to another natural resource in the sky, air. You can't see air, but it is all around you and everything else on Earth. Did you know that trees actually help keep the air clean and fresh for you to breathe? Amazing, right? All plants help clean the air, but trees are the biggest and best air cleaners. They take in dirty air and put out nice, fresh oxygen, which your body needs to breathe in to stay alive. The more trees there are, the cleaner the air will be. If the air is too dirty, though, even the trees will get sick. There are other important natural resources too. I'm going to zip through these pretty quickly just to give you an idea of the kinds of natural resources you can find scattered around on or inside the Earth. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you more about them over the next few days. This picture was taken on a farm. What do you see? You can call it dirt if you want, but farmers call it soil. Soil is a natural resource, and it's where farmers plant their crops. Soil is made up of part of the decayed or rotten parts of dead plants and creatures. Worms help turn the dead things into new soil. It can take about 1,000 years to make 1 inch of good soil. Without soil, you wouldn't have plants or vegetables. Here is a school of fish. A school is another name for a group of fish. Fish are important natural resources too. Why? Because some people and animals eat them. In fact, some animals eat nothing but fish. Do you know what these two natural resources are? The one on the left is called coal. The one on the right is called oil. Coal and oil are natural resources that come from inside the earth. Coal and oil can be used to make energy, electricity, or fuel to make cars run. So now you know what natural resources are, and I'll tell you this. You people sure are clever because you figured out how to turn all of these natural resources, water, trees, air, and the soil on land, into many things that you need. Over the next several days, I'll teach you how to conserve these natural resources as a way to help take care of the earth. Conserve means to protect or save. I'll also teach you that using some natural resources too much can actually hurt the earth. And none of us want that, right? I love the earth, don't you? All right, what was the main topic of this read aloud? What was it mostly about? The main idea. Remember that word started with an N? Natural resources. Can you think of some of the natural resources that were mentioned in this story? Fish, water, trees. So what exactly is a natural resource? We heard about them. Do you remember what it is? It's something in nature that people can use for something else. You can use trees to make a variety of things like paper, furniture, all of that. Water is used to drink, to plant, to help animals. Another very important thing is air. Air exists. It's a natural resource. We use air to breathe. We use it. And if we don't have air, well, then we can't breathe, and that's a big problem, right? Do you remember how trees and plants help with that air? They help make air for us to breathe. They help clean that air. They take the dirty air and make it clean for us. There were 2 natural resources mentioned at the end of this read aloud that are used to make energy and fuel. Do you remember what they are? Here's a picture. Coal is on the left and oil is on the right, remember? Now, natural resources are extremely important to Earth, to animals, to humans. If you can think of one natural resource, and if you imagine taking it away, imagine that was gone forever, what would that be like? Let's think about fish. If fish were gone forever, how would that change the world? People eat fish, but maybe we could find some other food to eat? All right. How about animals like bears or sharks or whales that also eat fish? Well, it might be hard for them to get their food. They might not survive. How about the natural resource of water? Imagine not having water. I think that would probably be the end, wouldn't it? People need water, animals need water, plants need water. Without it, we can't survive. Well, all right, let's think about trees. What if we get rid of the trees? We use trees to make furniture. We don't need furniture. We could just use the stuff we already have. But what if trees are gone? Remember that important thing they do for the air? They clean it for us. We need trees. Here is a very, very important word. This word is conserve. I mentioned it in the part where I said, over the next several days, you'll learn how to conserve these natural resources as a way to take care of the earth. So, what does conserve mean? Conserve means to save or protect something. And usually that thing is a natural resource. Somebody might conserve water by turning off the faucet when they're brushing their teeth or taking shorter showers. Or maybe they might conserve land by letting nature live there and not tearing down the trees to build buildings on it. So we know the word conserve means to save. Well, I want to think of the opposite of saving. Can you think of that? The opposite of saving, wasting. So you can save something or you can waste it. So I'm going to give you some thoughts here and I want you to think about if this is conserving or wasting. Number 1 says, letting the water run in the sink for too long. That is a way to waste a natural resource. Number 2, using 3 paper towels to clean something up when you only need 1. That is a way to waste natural resources. Taking a short shower. That's a way to conserve natural resources or water. Number 4, leaving the television on when you are not watching it. That's a way to waste natural resource or energy, electricity. Number 5, turning off the lights after everyone has left a room. That is a way to conserve the natural resource. Well, after this lesson, I hope you were just a little bit better about understanding how to take care of Earth. That's what we're learning about this next couple of weeks. So thank you for learning with me and keep thinking about those natural resources. We'll talk about them again soon. Take care.